Hey, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking again about the Montreal Canadiens. You know it, man. The draft is coming. We're going to see some trades. We're going to see some things moving in the Habs system. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really hyped up for this. Today we're going to be talking about a trade rumors that have been going around over the last week. It's involving the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but the Montreal Canadiens made a pretty interesting trade with the Calgary Flames with Sean Monahan, where they acquired Sean Monahan as a cap dump with the first-round pick from the Flames in exchange of absolutely nothing. And there's a lot of people that have suggested that Kent Hughes might do a similar trade this summer with another player that has a heavy cap space on his team, the Washington Capitals. So yeah, before getting into the details of that trade rumors, I invite you guys to subscribe. If you haven't already, we're trying to get the 4K subscribers before the draft. We're less than 200 subscribers away from that objectives, and there's 2 weeks left before the draft. I'm going to be doing an absolute huge stream on draft day, so if you don't want to miss that and all the videos I'm going to be posting every day, I strongly suggest you to subscribe and turn on post notifications, as well as the like button. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing. So there's been a lot of rumors surrounding Anthony Mantha and the Montreal Canadiens. I mean, Anthony Mantha is with the Washington Capitals. He's from Quebec, and he used to be an excellent player playing on the Red Wings a couple of years ago. And like I said, there's a ton of people on Twitter, even at TV, that suggested that the Montreal Canadiens could make a trade happen with the Washington Capitals in a similar way that they did last year for Sean Monahan with the Calgary Flames. I mean, Anthony Mantha has a pretty heavy cap hit of 5.7 million AAV. His contract is ending at the end of the 2023-2024 season. And like I said, he has a cap hit of 5.7 million. So it would be understandable that the Washington Capitals would want to get rid of that cap space to maybe sign some free agents this summer, make a trade happen to be still competitive. Like you all know it, Alexander Ovechkin is trying to beat the record of Wayne Gretzky for the most goal in NHL history. So for that, the Washington Capitals will need to remain competitive for the next couple of years if they want Ovechkin to beat that record with the Capitals. So logically, they're going to make some trade happens. They're going to make some signings in free agency. They are going to try and make a quick reset to be back in the playoffs, be back at the top of the leaderboard in the NHL. And Anthony Mantha has been underperforming with the Washington Capitals in the last 2 years, so they probably will want to get rid of that cap space. Like you all know it, the Montreal Canadiens are not trying to be competitive at the moment. They are in a rebuild process. They are going to get better over the next 2 seasons, but they are not going to be competing for a Stanley Cup, and they're not going to be competing in the playoffs. And at the moment, they have a lot of cap space. It's really unlikely for them to sign big free agents as soon as this summer because they are still in the rebuilding process. So what's best? To take a chance on a guy like Mantha that might need a new start on a new team, getting more opportunities, getting maybe a prospect and a good draft pick with him in exchange of absolutely nothing. And if he restarts producing at the pace he was producing with the Detroit Red Wings, you might be able to trade him and flip him for another prospect and some other draft picks at the trade deadline this season, but in the same way as what they tried to do with Sean Monahan. And with Sean Monahan, they probably would have traded him at the trade deadline for another first-round pick if he would have been staying healthy. Anthony Mantha does not have some health problem at the moment. He does not have injury problems. At least not as bad as Sean Monahan. His only problem is his confidence level, and getting a new start with the Montreal Canadiens at home could help him a lot, in my opinion. So when you look at it, the Montreal Canadiens right now have a cap space of 11 million. With Carey Price on LTIR at 10.5 million, they have a lot of cap space to do movements like that. The only players that they have to sign up right now are Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Jesse Ilonen, Denis Gurianov, and all of those guys. And I strongly doubt that they will sign them all up. So they definitely do have the cap space to take on a guy like Anthony Mantha in a trade similar to what they did with Sean Monahan. I mean, Anthony Mantha had some good season with the Detroit Red Wings, scoring 25 plus goals, getting close to 50 points. He's been struggling over the last 2 seasons with the Washington Capitals, not getting as much opportunities as he would want to get. I mean, he got 27 points in 67 games last season. But at 6'5", 234 pounds, he would definitely be a good asset for the Montreal Canadiens. Like I said, he had multiple great seasons with the Red Wings. He was confident. He was scoring amazing goals, getting 25 plus goals, close to 50 points. He was a pretty good asset at this size for the Detroit Red Wings. I mean, at his size, left-handed as well. Am I the only one that could see a pretty good fit playing on the first line with Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki? Just imagine Caulfield and Suzuki together, and then you add up size, speed, and a really good shot. A guy that's able to battle in the corners like Anthony Mantha. It would certainly be a great fit in my opinion. Anthony Mantha as well has a way better IQ than Josh Anderson's on the ice, but he would definitely be a better fit than Anderson on the first line with Suzuki and Caulfield. And with that big of an opportunity, I could definitely see him restart producing again and get his value higher on the trade market. So I definitely do think that this would be an amazing move for the Montreal Canadiens. You could expect something like Anthony Mantha, a second or a first round pick to the Habs for future considerations, or maybe a prospect with Anthony Mantha for a 5th or 6th round pick. I definitely do think that is something possible. Like I said, the Washington Capitals are going to try and get some cap space to make some movements happen, and I'm 100% confident that Anthony Mantha is going to get traded in that type of trade before the end of the summer. And I think that the Montreal Canadiens could be very, very interested at doing so. We got some pretty interesting mock trades as well on Twitter surrounding Anthony Mantha, the Montreal Canadiens. We got this guy right here with that mock trade that I found really, really interesting. I mean, it's really, really unlikely to happen, but I really thought that it was pretty cool. Dreaming right now, Habs trade Josh Anderson and 31st overall to the Washington Capitals for Anthony Mantha and the 8th overall. With the 5th overall pick, the Montreal Canadiens sell like Matvei Michkov, and with the 8th overall pick, the Montreal Canadiens sell like Zach Benson. I definitely do think that if the Washington Capitals think that Michkov will still be available at 8, they're going to keep that pick. But when you think about it, Josh Anderson could fit what they're trying to do really well. He could be the player that they wanted Anthony Mantha to be. He would get still a first round pick with the 31st overall that they could flip in another trade. They would get a cap space that they needed with Anthony Mantha gone, and the Habs would get 2 top 10 first round picks. I still think that the Montreal Canadiens will probably need to add a prospect or another pick in that trade for it to happen, but I thought that the idea was still pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this trade rumor in the comments below. Would you guys do it if you were the Montreal Canadiens? Let me know in the comments. It's been your boy Tropical NHL. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do anything as you want. Join the Discord, link is in the description, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.